Good morning, Leo. Hope you've had a great night's sleep and are looking forward to the day ahead. Let's take a look here and see during this general reading what the week ahead looks like. We're going to take a look at kind of what's been going on in the recent past. We're going to take a look at where you've been. We're going to take a look at where you're going all over the next week. So let's get started here. Oh, sorry, let me show you what's going on. First, we've got the Three of Pentacles, the Fool, Two of Cups, the Moon, Eight of Cups, Justice, Death. Okay, now on this one, I always have to stop and say, don't let that freak you out. I know there's a lot of people out there that think that that means something really bad. It doesn't mean exactly what you think it means. Ace of Pentacles, Queen of Cups, Page of Swords. Okay, Leo. Leo, you've got some things going on. It looks like... Are you on a new journey? Have you started something new here? I think you have. Interesting. Okay, let's go through it. All right, so first we're going to start out here with your Three of Pentacles. It looks like recently you've either sought guidance on something or you've just started something, maybe an apprenticeship. I know that's not a term that's commonly used today, but that's what this card would refer to. So you've sought some kind of guidance on something, or you're working through something with guidance. Not quite sure what that means yet, but let's piece it together. Piece that together collectively. Now, I do want to say something that I normally say at the beginning. This is a collective reading. It is a general reading. So what I'm saying here and what we discover here today may not apply to your situation. Okay, this message is meant for certain people, and it will apply to certain Leos. If it doesn't apply to you, I would respectfully request that if you know a fellow Leo that this might apply to, please feel free to send this on to them to pass it along. Okay, so as I said, it looks like you're kind of at the beginning of something new here, or at least considering or getting advice on something new. Whatever this new area is, and I'm going to call it a path because your other cards tell me that there is some kind of a new path here. We'll go down that more more here in a few minutes. But it looks like one of the obstacles in our way right now is the Fool. And I believe the Fool is you, Leo. Not generally speaking. I'm not saying throughout life you're a fool. But in this particular situation, what we mean when we say the Fool and this card comes up is that you're going along kind of snubbishly about it. You've got your nose turned up and you're not looking at your path ahead. You're just blindly walking forward saying, well, I've made this decision and I'm going to go and do it. I'm going forth and I'm going to be whimsical about it, and I don't really care what you have to say. I'm going forward with it, whatever it is. All right. In the past, we had the Two of Cups. So in the past, we had two people or two things coming together here. This could have been a relationship that you had or currently have that came together, perhaps a business partnership, maybe even a job. Somewhere there were two things that were coming together, okay? Now this is shaping up to look like this is all related here. What we see right now, though, is the moon. This is in the recent past, and recent is subjective, right? When we talk about tarot, this recent could have been within the last few days, could have even been within the last few weeks, maybe even within the last year. It's all relative, okay? But some point in your recent past, a new path presented itself. All right. Basically, it was hidden in the dark. The path was there the whole time, but it took the moon to actually shed light on that path. So you have seen that path. Now, what's interesting to me is immediately following that, you have the Eight of Cups. That tells me that you saw the path and you're taking the path. And while you did have at least some things that you need, or maybe even an abundance of what you need, you've decided you're embarking on this new path that was lit. You're leaving everything behind, or at least leaving some things behind that you had. That's perfectly fine. There's nothing wrong with leaving it behind, but just make sure that we're not being the fool, right? Part of the reason that we seek guidance in tarot is not because it predicts the future, but because it can help you understand and maybe see any pitfalls to watch out for. So if you're going forth on a new journey and you've decided whatever you're going to leave behind, if anything, just don't be the fool about it, okay? And maybe that's why justice is showing here. So justice is showing up in your future. Now, again, time is relative. It's not fixed to the timeline as we know it. This could be next week that justice is in your favor, or it could be that that's 3, 6 months, maybe even a year from now. But something in this journey, justice is in your favor. Now, maybe you're involved or will be involved in a legal battle, right? Perhaps what we're doing here is the guidance that you sought in being an apprentice might have been that you had this partnership and you've decided this partnership is going to break up. A business, personal relationship, something, but you sought guidance, okay? And you needed to find the path forward. Maybe something happened. I mean, clearly, usually whatever it is, business, personal, or otherwise, doesn't split up without something have happened. Maybe you were so upset by whatever it was that had happened that that's why you said, I'm out of here. I'm flying the coop. I don't care what lies ahead, but it ain't this, right? So let's just be careful as we go through that. But do know that if you proceed in the right direction, it looks like justice will prevail. Now, if it's not a legal matter, it could just mean that things will be equal. Things will be balanced. That's what's showing here, right? We have the scales that appear in here, and it shows that things come out equal as long as we're not being the fool in whatever we've turned our backs on and left behind. Now, here's what's interesting. I see that you're on this journey right now because of what's showing up in the recent past with the path lighting the way or being lit, and also that here and now you're on this journey, man. You're out of here. Death, as I mentioned before, is not as scary as it sounds. Oftentimes, it's actually a good card, especially in a situation where you've made a decision to leave, because death actually signifies the beginning of something new. We see the sunrise here in the background, and we also see a new flag being raised. Okay, so something in your environment is new. There is a new beginning for you right now. Now, how do you see yourself in this new path? Okay, we've got the Ace of Pentacles. That's a good thing. That tells me that maybe financially something is new. So again, if we go back to a partnership, perhaps you've dissolved that partnership. Maybe it was a business partnership that you split up and now you're on your own, but you feel or you see yourself being more financially successful this way. Maybe if it's a split up, you got to keep the whatever it was that you want, or you think that you're going to. You at least right now, it appears that how you see yourself is there is some type of financial or materialistic gain out of whatever's going on here. Again, this could even mean that maybe you left a job that you were miserable at, and now you're embarking on something new. You have a new job coming along, and you're excited about it. And you know that you're going to make more money or get better hours or better benefits or something out of the situation. But how you feel about it is this was the right financial move for you. Your hope is that while you're pretty confident, it looks like, in your financial gain here, it looks like you're hoping that you'll also be emotionally fulfilled with the Queen of Cups. So Of course, that's important in life, right? Money is not everything. So your hope is, I hope I'm making the right decision, and I hope that maybe this hurts right now, or again, if it's a legal battle, it's going to be a pain in the butt to go through, but ultimately you hope that what comes out of this is not only the financial gain that you're pretty sure you're going to get, but you also hope that your emotional cup is full. You fear that maybe it's not going to be. So let's look a little bit further into the future and see what is to come of the situation. So it looks like the Page of Swords here is showing us that you are on a new journey, you are on a new path. Once again, tying back to all of this, you are forging ahead on that path. I'm going to actually do something here that I don't always do. I want to get a little bit more clarity into that, because just saying, hey, we're on a new path here. Just saying that just saying we're on a new path. Well, clearly we know that we're going through that. So we want a little bit of more light into what this path is. So can we see here? Can you tell us what is this Page of Swords? What? Let's provide some clarity on that. Actually, let me slide some of these out of the way so I can get these closer for you guys to be able to see. So we've got the High Priestess comes out here, and the King of Wands, and we've also got the Knight of Swords. That's interesting. And it looks like your shadow card here on the bottom of the deck is the Five of Swords. Okay. Well, that didn't give me as much clarity as I had hoped. But let's talk through it together. So the Page of Swords, when you're going on this new journey, this is you in the Five of Swords. And what you'll notice here is that there are two swords on the ground. One looks like you've just picked it up, and you've got two others in your arms. So it looks like you're collecting those swords together. And there's two people over here that have their backs turned towards you. Now, this can mean a couple of different things. So you're going to have to kind of look into yourself and figure out exactly which interpretation you think fits your situation. But what it can mean, remember, swords are what we think about the situation. So it could mean that either you think you're alone and you think that you're going to have to do this journey on your own. Maybe you don't have the support of people around you. Maybe they're not, maybe people have advised against this for one reason or another. And so you're struggling and you feel like, you know what? I've got all these people around me, but everybody's turned their back on me. I'm going to have to do this completely on my own. Whatever it is, if I'm to make success of it, I have to do it on my own, and I can't ask anyone for help. Now, I mentioned that there were two meanings. Sometimes the other meaning is, hey, there are people here that are willing to help you. You just need to tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, help me out here. I'm going through something. Can you please help me? Even if that's just talking through, right? Even if that's grabbing a glass of wine at night with a friend and chatting on the phone or whatever. But this could mean that there's people around you that are willing to help, but you just got to reach out and ask for their help. You think you're alone, but you may not be alone. But in some cases, especially if it's a legal matter, I also understand that maybe you are on it alone, and you know that you're on your own. So let's look at what's to come. Now, again, this was a weekly reading. This turned into, I'm thinking this is a little bit longer than a week of what came out here. Again, I started mentioning months down the road and everything here because it seems like whatever this new journey you're on probably is not going to be wrapped up in just a week. I could be misinterpreting that. And again, apply it to your situation. Maybe it is something that's over just like that. But it looks a little bit longer, so that's why I wanted to go a little further. The good news is, in your situation, the first thing that comes out, looking kind of in this journey, what's going to happen, you have the High Priestess here. Okay, and the High Priestess has hidden knowledge, right? She's got the Torah here. There's some hidden knowledge or maybe something secret that you have that is going to prevail and allow you to get justice and allow you to come out financially ahead. That's why I mentioned seeing these cards together, where I'm thinking, well, yeah, maybe you do have to do this alone again if it's a legal matter. And by the way, this is not legal advice, so don't take this as legal advice. I'm only bringing that up because of the some type of what I see to be a situation, a separation of some matter. So you have hidden knowledge about the situation, and it's in your favor that you have that. The King of Wands shows up here, and that's saying that you are ultimately in control of your own actions. So, what goes forward here, you're in charge of what actions you take going forward. No one's in charge of those actions for you, and really they can't do them for you. You have to, as you're navigating this new path, right? This new journey that you're on and what you've left behind, you have to take charge in that situation. But the good thing is, the Knight of Swords, yeah, it looks like you already know that. It looks like you are ready and you're going full speed ahead, man. He's moving at the pace of lightning and he's ready to charge in and say, I'm here. Why? Because I have this hidden knowledge, or I have this higher knowing. I know that I'm doing the right thing at the end. So maybe you didn't need me to tell you that today, but it looks like it's going to be a fast week for you. It looks like a lot is going to happen for you. And by looking at this, it looks like it was probably a challenge to leave some things behind, but you're right on the precipice of a new beginning, or you've entered this new beginning. You're charging full steam ahead. And honestly, I can't wait to see what happens. I feel good about it, and I look forward to next week seeing where you're at and how everything went. So I wish you success on this new journey. Full speed ahead.